Yeah. All right. Now that we are back in open session, I will reaffirm that we are all present. Karen?
Yes.
Deb?
Here.
I'm here. Beth?
Here.
Gail?
Here.
Crystal? Here. Mark?
Here.
Jessica? Here. Well, we've got a quorum. We can, yeah. Right?
Yes.
Yes, yes. I really appreciate it.
Oh, well, I don't want to. We've got the law here, you know?
Bad connection.
Oh, boy. Okay, and
You want to make a motion to make this quick?
in what way? Can we?
That's a one.
We'll let Kim get back your food.
Okay, okay.
Sorry.
You could say hi.
Don't
You
worry.
could say, or present, it would be here.
Okay. And I take it, anybody who wanted to come back in,
People can rejoin online. I don't know if there's been any who want to do that, but that's open too.
okay, do we still need Tom?
I think so.
Okay,
Tom, is there anything? Well, I would feel better about it. I would think we'd feel better if we
just,
at least
okay,
we had a guardrail. We kind of treating you a little bit, Tom, like you're the principal here. But yeah. Keep us all in class, but-
yeah.
Hopefully I'm the principal everybody likes.
A little less hazardous right from where we are. but- All right, so.
And certainly, wouldn't he have the ability to speak up without, you know, or at least raise his hand to say, I want to say something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have to ask him all the time. He could say something if he wanted to.
Do what you need to do to keep us out of the ditch.
Yeah.
I'll do what I can.
Okay, all right. Gail, would you like to say something?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd make a motion that we extend in-person interviews to, Blackwell Birch, Ninth, Pageant, and Shoemaker.
I have support for that motion.
Support. I have a discussion question.
Would you like,
Do we do these separate or do we wait until we get the open ones on there too? Just asking.
I think this is
Okay,
what you should do, I think.
okay,
You will add to that list presumably
okay.
as we go.
All right, that's all.
okay, okay. Do I, can it just be a voice vote? Or should we have a roll call vote?
I think it's your choice. But
Just do it.
Let's do a voice.
Yeah.
Oh, do this? I was gonna do voice.
Yeah.
All right. All in favor, say yes.
Yeah.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now Dawn has a list of, the other applicants who did not request confidentiality. And on top of that is again, the search committee's recommendation for, those people from this list of, who we would recommend that we offer interviews to.
Sorry, I'm slow. I need more caffeine. Stay here.
And Mark is handing out all the resumes.
Those are the resumes that are not recommended.
Correct.
not confidential, not recommended.
Yep, there we go. And.
I give you a front. It's in the recommendation.
Oh, there's your list. There's the vote.
So we pass it.
He only has one.
Police station.
Okay, so of this list, we have 3 recommendations. Dombrowski is, someone from Chicago. And one of my reasons for, recommending him was that he specifically mentioned that he liked the fact that we are a CCBHC organization. And I felt he had a lot of, clinical work and interest, as well as, has been a current CEO. And that, let me just quick go through the three that we are, Gina, has applied, and we agreed that we would want to see her for an interview, and so did Andre. And those are the three from not the NNs that, the search committee is recommending. And I'll just say again, there wasn't really anybody else that I was interested in recommending from this list. People from the search committee, is there anything that else you would want to mention?
Well, I think a couple of them speak to themselves with Andre and, they speak, work right when we see other people who are, as soon as back that out. It's like,
Yeah.
showing us some work experience. That's why you want to interview them.
There wasn't anyone else that I knew or knew of. In my opinion, the rest either fell into, are out of state, and they were out of state, plus nothing jumped out at me. And again, they were, other people who had just totally different kinds of, organizations and or experience than what we were kind of used to here.
Or they simply lacked behavioral health as their focus.
Yes. Right. And a couple were really highly, pointing out all the financials and just nothing about people, both staff and or consumers. So again, I was very relieved that there wasn't hardly anybody that was, I was on the fence about. And I don't have any qualms about, that's not exactly true. I'm a little worried about having two current staff members. It's like, we can only pick one. So what, but just looked at separately, of course, I would absolutely want to, invite Dina and Andre for interviews. We'd be idiots not to. Mark, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
I think we have good qualified candidates that, and the interviews will sort it out for us.
Yeah, there's kind of a limited amount of, what we can really think that we're doing at this point, as far as choosing.
When we get to questions and answers and they answer, then you'll get a much better feel of how their thought processes are and what their personalities are like. Some of them we know, but we didn't want comparison. See you by then.
It's like,
Does anybody need more time to look through all of the applications? If we can, wait. Or I would entertain a motion for the candidates that we would like to offer interviews to. Because that's like the next thing we should do.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Make a motion to offer interviews to the following people in person. Dabrowski, Gerber, and Pierre. And send thank you letters to the rest and telling them that they were not selected.
I have support for that motion.
Before, have you had enough time?
Yeah, I was just looking through the last two. Thank you. Did I hear a support? Kim? Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Carried. There. Painful. Whoa. That was a lot of work.
So what you got there? Look at that.
Look at that. Nice.
Okay, so we can hang on to this one. We can hang on to these, right? These are the non-confidential, non-recommended. And, but we should hand back the folks we talked about in. But then those could be, certainly those could be handed back out when, we have the interviews.
So what happens between now and the next board meeting where,
Oh,
you can keep that.
Yeah.
Getting on the door line, we just did a prank call. Our phone is shot. Yeah.
Oh, that's not, you can pick all that.
Yeah, thank you, Crystal, for saying that because.
I felt that this week.
Start file.
Yes. Did everybody get their, a copy of the document?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I
Sorry. Did I miss somebody on a timeline?
Okay, so the search committee has put this together as our recommended timelines.
They else need it, we need extras.
And
That's not the one you're handing out, right? Okay, gotcha. Okay.
so let me just, maybe
Yeah.
run through it.
You need one now?
Okay.
I'll share. Put that up.
So if we start with,
Your tasks are listed in our current are probably gonna be on the back for you.
yeah, okay. So here we are, on the 19th. So on the 13th, the search committee looked at them and we went online and voted. Then we met and discussed it and made our recommendations. And so here we are tonight. With the full board making the recommendations to the board. Then, the next thing that the search committee wants to do is to, look at the sample interview questions that we already have and formulate, make sure there's, all the ones that we want to ask. and have those ready for when we next meet, and start interviews. And Dawn is, guess we should probably, the board should probably formally make a motion to request that Dawn contact the people that we are asking for interviews and, set up scheduling. Because remember last month, we set aside 2 days in June and 2 days in, July for, interview for where the full board would meet. So, in June, it would be the 12th and the 16th. And the 12th is a special meeting.
That's just search committee.
Oh, that's my search committee. Wait, 16th and 23rd. There we go. Okay. All right. So that's it. So on the 3rd, we were going to meet, the search committee was going to meet and formally, and go over the interview questions. Probably talk with, the woman from Raymond who gave us the sample questions to begin with. And, she can be our go-to person for any questions about, you know, what's okay to ask and how to say it okay and all of that. Then on so June 12th would be the next regularly scheduled search committee and executive committee meeting. So that would be the Friday before the Tuesday of the 16th, which would be the full board meeting. And so we would have, where we want to do questions, we want you to be able to have kind of a I'm calling it a cheat sheet, you know, and even a way to do some scoring right at the time that you're listening to the interviews, so that you can know kind of where you're at and how you're ranking people as we go along. Is there anything else the search committee was going to have ready for the committee, the interviews? I think that was pretty much it.
Right, good, my
Yeah,
question.
that's right. To scoring.
Questions
Yeah.
and a rubric.
Madam Chair, that's just to note, that's a board day, right? 6/16. So
Yeah.
we would anticipate, if you would wish, compressing the agenda for the board meeting down to the absolute minimums that need to be taken care of so that you can maximize the amount of time spent in the interviews. Okay, so we will probably dispense with as many, I'll work with you on that to prepare the agenda that accomplishes that goal.
Okay. Okay. And where did so we ended up with 7, so we'll do 4 and 3 and I guess that gives Dawn a little bit of a, some wiggle room, you know, if somebody says, oh, I could do it on this date, but I can't do it on that, we can just, let's try not to do 5 and 2. How about that?
Did you define times, start, stop that evening? So we have between X and X.
Oh, yes.
It was 45 minutes and then,
Half an hour at the end.
yeah,
Yes. That was something else that the search committee talked about. It's like, well, how long do we want to schedule these interviews for? And, we also thought it would be kind of good to have a wrap up app, you know, say we talk to 4 people. They all go home and we still talk a little bit about, oh, well, you know, kind of where we're at. And then do that again at the end of the second, day of interviews. And maybe might even know at that point, oh yeah, let's offer it. You know, we're all in agreement that, or that still gives us, we've given ourselves in July 2 dates. So let's say, you know, we talked to all 7 and we just cannot agree on 1 or 2, right? And so we need to have second rounds of interviews. And so then that would be, let me see here. That would be the 14th. Is that it?
Because the 24th should be your regular schedule.
And the 24th is our regularly scheduled.
Yeah.
Is that right? I thought.
No, that's your
I thought
search committee.
the 21st was gonna be the Tuesday.
the 14 and,
So it's
21.
14th and 21.
Yeah, I missed that one on your sheet, Alice. I'll
Okay.
get that one.
That's good. 14 and 21,
So not 24?
correct. So let's say, so on the 14th would be that date, I guess, hopefully it would just be one date, that we would ask maybe 2 people to come back for a second round.
I would Can we ask them to come back at can we compress July's meeting and do, if we're only gonna potentially interview 2 in the second round, everybody will be here on the 21st for the regular meeting. Can we compress July's also?
Well, why don't we make that decision at the June meeting, right? After we've by the June meeting, we will have looked at all 7 people once. And we might know then, oh, we need to have one more special meeting. Or we're pretty good, so we don't need that special meeting. We'll just go ahead and meet at the regular time. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
So just to draw your attention to the milestones group that's below.
Yeah.
So just, this has been your, what being on my seat is like, I'm gonna tell you, it's a little bit like half hospice and half death row. I gotta tell you. But, okay, anyway, so, July 21 was the target date for you to make a decision. Doesn't mean you have to do it, but that was the target date. So if you got the second round on July 14, and maybe by the end of that interview, you'll say, we have a winner in our heads. The public, or all be public, but the decision at a board meeting to offer a contract would be made, if you're on schedule, on the 21st.
Right.
So that wouldn't have to be a compressed meeting because that's really only a short piece of business.
I think she meant compressing July to just one meeting.
Oh, I
That's
see.
how I understood.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was thinking of me compressing the agenda for a regular board meeting. Just compressing.
Well, I think she was to
Yeah,
invite the
no,
candidates back to that original.
And
That was already scheduled.
we still have to, the search committee still has to come up with the contract terms, so we can't offer anything until we get through that.
You authorize the development of a contract. So it sets in motion the process that Andrew Braggy will be doing on your part and as a search committee to help develop it after that date. It's not finalized that date, but it's triggered that date.
Right, but on Friday, the timeline was going to be the 24th, we set the contract terms and then
Yes,
and have it ready to be offered on the August meeting. Now, we could change it,
Okay.
but
July 24 at 9 a.m., meeting with Attorney Braggy to discuss draft contract terms to be offered to the candidate.
and that's 9, yeah.
24th at 9
Okay.
a.m. Search committee meeting.
So I'm confused then.
Okay.
So on the 21st of July at our
Yep.
regular board meeting,
Says here in our search committee minutes, make a decision on the candidate to be offered the position, subject to successful contract negotiations.
we aren't gonna be able to do that because we're not figuring out the contract stuff until.
No, but you're gonna have a person in your head who you're gonna offer it to.
Yeah.
And then you have to negotiate with that person to the contract terms.
So you still want,
Is that correct?
So in other words, so July 21 is the date that you say, this is our person, and
Okay.
we
with
want
no,
to hire this person.
okay, with no negotiation.
There's not a negotiation done at that meeting or
Okay,
anywhere else,
okay, well,
because
yeah.
it follows, that follows it.
so you still want us to come in on the 14th though for the second round if necessary to get to the 21st.
Yeah,
What we need is an extra line there. So we've got
Yeah, we get-
7:14, but then we need 7:21 as the full board meeting where we hopefully will name somebody.
Mhm.
And then the search committee is gonna meet on the 24th and talk about, so depending on who we choose, then we gotta look at that person's experience and, to know whether, because we've offered a range of salary, for example,
Right.
and what like, if we do pick somebody from away, I suppose we gotta talk about, whether we offer them, help in moving and different things like that.
so July 21 up here where you said it's not 24, it's 21.
Right. But
That really is not the search committee meeting, that's the full board,
Yep,
and that should be meeting where you said, which was making a decision on the final candidate.
Yep. And then the 24th, we meet with the lawyer. So on the August board meeting, it will be when we actually vote on the contract to hire, or do we have to do that? Because it says board offers contract, and it says 7/21, and we're not offering a contract, are we?
You're kicking off the development of one.
Okay,
And
do we
so-
ever have to approve that?
So at the August meeting.
Yeah.
If you have an agreement worked out in principle between the search committee and the candidate that Andrew's been in the middle of,
Yeah.
you'll have a contract that's ready to be approved
And so that's in August.
in August.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we go.
So what's the August?
And then the person's
regular?
on the hook for you at that point.
Okay.
Right.
So the regular would be August 18th is the next full board meeting.
Oh my God, that's my mom's 95th.
Well, that'll be
Special
great.
day, bring your.
Might not be here.
Party with us.
Bring her along.
Would. Maybe I will.
I'll bring your
Be a
friends.
little bit.
Yeah, I know.
So you approve the contract then in August 18, the candidate signs it, and now it's a matter of timing for onboarding.
Okay,
Okay,
all right. Between approving a contract and starting negotiations, that's where I get to.
okay.
And that's assumes it can be done within that time. If it takes longer, it takes longer, but it should be done.
Right. Can anybody think of any steps we're overlooking?
I just have a question for clarity. So 6/16 for that's around one of candidate interviews, and we're gonna be doing that during what is our traditional board meeting time.
No, I think that's the special one.
No, the 16th is the regular.
Oh, you're right.
Yep.
And the
then
23rd would be
June
the,
23rd, just so, because I need to know for work,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
are we doing it during that same time
Yeah.
frame? Okay.
So both start at 5:30.
yes.
Crystal, I'll send an invite out for that.
I just, I have to like request stuff on like yesterday, so.
And that would be the same date on the 14th, presumably of July,
Yes.
at the same time.
Yeah.
So let's, just go ahead. I'll make a motion that we accept this timeline and try to stick with it. Any support in that?
Support.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor, say yes?
Yes.
All right. July 24th. Okay,
It's the death
we
throw.
got another chance for public comment.
Just if there's, you had earlier discussed making a motion to have me schedule candidates, and I don't know if you ever got
I
confirmation.
don't think I ever did. Do I have support for that motion? Support. Support, any discussion? All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Don.
Thank you. Means I'm gonna be busy.
Tom, do you have any comments? Is there anything we,
I don't believe so. I think you guys stuck to the correct folks here, so I think we're all set.
okay, thank you.
Tell Andrew that we did good.
I guess a good
I will-
report.
I will do.
Thank you.
Okay. That's the only public we have, right? Is there anybody else online?
No,
Okay,
just me.
okay. Board member comments. Jessica. Karen? Kim?
Good to see Karen and Kim back.
Yes.
That's Kim's last night. Went to Maria's for supper at 8:30. I said, boy, I wonder how Kim's doing. Where's Maria?
It's like green leg. Oh,
Good pizza.
yeah, very good pizza. Yeah,
I've set the board up for having an in-house contest for an OnPoint flag. And if you get the design, I got the place that'll make the flag. That's all.
Thank you again for the one you have here.
You're more than welcome.
I'm beat.
Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah. Dawn, anything we've missed?
No, you all have done amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to support you
Yeah.
on this journey and picking my new boss.
We mentioned this at the search committee, that we are so lucky that Dawn is, because she comes from HR, so there was all kinds of things she knew the answer to that we aren't on, like, oh. So that's really been a real help.
I like your question to adjourn.
Yes.
Second.
Lord, there we go.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.